Once upon a time, a humble newsreader wrote a book. Almost 20 years on, the road dance is set for the silver screen.
We've got technicians down there from all over the world, actors and actresses from all over the world as well, and they've come to this place to bring the story that was in my imagination to life. It's absolutely thrilling. The story behind the novel came out of a conversation I had with a cousin of mine here in Carnoway. It was a tragic story of a young woman and her baby, and as soon as I heard it, I knew that it was a story that was ripe to be transformed into a novel.
Director Richie Adams is the man who turned that novel into a screenplay.
First night I arrived, as soon as I turn on, the news is playing and John is giving a broadcast. And I'm like, well, that's fitting. His son played bagpipes today in the road dance, which is, you know, obviously the title of the film. I'm sure John was pretty excited to see his son playing in the village that his ancestors grew up in.
Taking on the lead role of Kirsty in the movie is Hermione Corfield, who has fond memories of holidays on Lewis when she was a little girl, but the weather hasn't been quite as she remembered.
It's been wild. There's been about 10 seasons a day. Well, every single type of weather, it makes the landscape so looks beautiful and dramatic.
The cast and crew have been observing strict COVID restrictions, but this production marks a welcome return for many to the career they love.
I think most people had written off 2020 and said nothing's happening. So when this came about, I mean, the story itself is phenomenal, but being able to work in 2020 has also been amazing.
John has also been enjoying a spot of work on the movie, taking on a small but significant role.
This is me in my very important role as crofter number 3 at the back of the dance. So it's a role I've been preparing for all my life.
And thankfully, he's not letting the lure of Hollywood go to his head. Well, not much.
You've got to walk in there with a certain aplomb and say, do you know who I am? And almost all of them say, no.
Laura Boyd, STV News.